Om Shanti. So in this session, we are going to cover where is that Vishwanath Shankar, right? Where is Aadam? But before showing his face to you, it's very, very important. Just like, when we go for a speech, we are going to listen an honorable person, right? So what do? Does the honorable person, right, comes on the stage right away? No, something is spoken, right, about him, right, to introduce him, right, based on his achievements, right, based on his character. And then he comes on the stage. Similarly, okay, it's very, very important we understand also we understand Aadam through his biography, right? Even we go somewhere, we need identification card, right? So God's permanent chariot also need to have an identity, right? What is the identity? It will be based on name, form, country, time, qualities, and specialities, right? So let's get his introduction, okay? His identity. We'll get some information about him before we see him. We have to know how special he is, why God chose him. Okay, this is just a glance. When you go through the Raj Yoga part 2 and listen from God, you will get the feeling, okay, based on the knowledge and as well as knowing about his life history, okay, and learning directly from God. You will come to know about his character, okay, further. God, how much God is praising him and loving him, okay? So there must be a very good reason for that, right? So Father certainly says that the name, form, residence, virtue, occupation, all are required. Only then the introduction is complete, okay? So we should know the complete biography of that father. If the child doesn't know the biography of his father, he will be called a fool. These are the versions of God, okay? It is because of this very foolishness they have made God beyond name and form. Okay, they don't know the very name, form, place, and time of the Supreme Soul. Okay, so both of these fathers, unlimited fathers, are very valuable to us. Okay, the incorporeal father is nothing without the corporeal, unlimited corporeal father. Okay, corporeal father is not recognized until incorporeal father of all the souls enters in him. So both of them in combination, combined in the combined form only, okay, can give us the feeling of the presence of God. God without the body cannot give us any feeling, right? So very, very important to understand, okay? God says the time of his arrival, when there is such a deformation of religion, I come. Okay, so God comes only at this time in him, okay, and he becomes equal to God. That's why Shiva's name is joined with Shankar. Okay, during this Ratri, we have already covered that, right? Where there is extreme religiousness, no one knows what is truth. Vices in form of lust, anger, greed, attachment, ego seized every human being. Humanity is heading towards the wrong direction, right? Okay, so this is also known as Shiv Jayanti. Okay, the revelation of Shiva. Okay, it's also called Shiv Jayanti. We have already covered that. Okay, so Bharat, God comes in Bharat. So one of the specialty of the corporeal chariot is Bharat, right? He is engaged in the light of pure knowledge that God is giving all the time. Okay, so his birthplace, God comes in him. Okay, look at this. Even before God entered in him, everything about him is special. He was born in the highest pilgrimage place, okay, in Bharat towards Uttar Pradesh. Okay, he is just this Uttar Pradesh in India or Bharat is very popular. It's a region, okay, where there are a region of famous pilgrimage places. Like they say that it's more prevalent. Krishna is more prevalent in Mathura, Vrindavan, and that of Ram in Ayodhya. Similarly, the remembrance and belief of Vishwanath Shankar, okay, should be more prevalent in his birthplace. There is Kashi as there, right? Shankar's favorite Nagari, right? Place of Kashi is also there. So we can see why God have chosen him, right, in the path of bhakti. The memorial of him, why it is in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, he is the one who is known by three names. Okay, Krishna is also his name, Ram is also his name, Shankar is also his name. Okay, we have to understand there are two Krishna. One is the Krishna. Okay, I have to actually um, add something in the last one real quick. Okay, I forgot that. To add something in the previous recording. I just thought of it. I'm sorry. I'm just going back a little bit. Okay, so see, God said that the beginning of the advanced knowledge. Okay, we already said that God comes. God had come in the fourth Brahma to give the basic knowledge, right? And then he gives the advanced knowledge. Actually, from 1976, he enters in Shankar in 1969. But by the time he realizes he's the Shankar and surrenders himself to God, because he doesn't remember anything from the previous birth, right? He took the rebirth in 42. So by the time he realizes who he is, it's 1976, and from there, God started giving the advanced knowledge. Okay, and in Path of Bhakti, actually, it is said, okay, about Brahmins, Dvijanma Brahmin, twice born Brahmins. One birth is in the basic knowledge, another birth is in advanced knowledge. It came from the memorial, okay, of God's task at this time. Okay, so when God was giving the basic knowledge, we took the first birth and then we took another birth. Okay, then that's why in the path of bhakti it is known as Dvijanma Brahmin. Okay, it has said only when you take birth twice you are called form Brahmin. Okay, in the path of bhakti they have it some different way in the physical sense, but in that memorial came from here. Okay, it is also called Yagyopavi. Okay. One more thing I want to add, okay, from the previous session is Rameshwaram and Gopeshwaram. Okay, very, very important to understand. Rameshwaram and Gopeshwaram. Okay, so you can see, right, that one of the Shivling's name is Rameshwaram, one of is Gopeshwaram. So God entered in the fourth Brahma. It is a memorial of God's entrance in the fourth Brahma and the first Brahma, Rameshwaram. Okay, it's about Ram, which is Shankar. First Brahma, Gopeshwaram, is the fourth Brahma. Okay, so that's why in the path of Bhakti, two Shivlings are named. Okay, with that, Shivlings are named, okay, by that name, those names. Okay, let's go back to our biography. Okay, okay, so God's chariot, wherever God's chariot took birth, okay, that place have been considered to be a famous pilgrimage place, okay, in the path of bhakti. So you can see everything, what is happening, how it is becoming memorial. Okay, after God leaves, new cycle begins, and then we forget ourselves and how we recollect. Okay, a lot of things God says, but we don't articulate in the right way. Okay, or completely. Okay. Okay, and about the prophecy, okay, that was done by Florence. So what was her prophecy? So she said, to awaken divinity in humans and to make the earth like heaven, a divine person is working day in and day out. He is an ardent effort-making saint, okay, in a sacred place of North India, who is being engrossed in constant devotion, is spreading divine spiritual life. Okay, so which is correlating with the facts. So these are the things it's being told to you, so you can believe actually, okay, that God has come in him. Okay, all this can't be coincidence. Okay. Okay, so the UP has served a special place, and in the Murlis, the version of God through Brahma, fourth Brahma, God has said that, okay, his father certainly comes in the country of Magadh, which is a very degraded country. It is very impure. Eating and drinking habits are also very dirty. Okay. And then see, there is also the versions here. Nowadays, many souls think that some spiritual light is carrying out its task in an incognito way. However, they don't know from where this light is carrying out its task. So we are so much ignorant. Okay. Um, and then God says he comes in the country of Magadh where there are crocodiles as well as in the river Ganges. Okay. So country of Magadh, it is the area, okay, of Uttar Pradesh we are talking about. Okay. The land where the father is born is the highest pilgrimage place. Okay. So very, very important. Magadh Desh is the region close to or between the river Ganges and the river Yamuna. Okay. So Magadh with reference to Uttar Pradesh. You can go through the slides if you would like. Okay. So Uttar Pradesh is praised as a birthplace of God. Okay. So where in the Uttar Pradesh, even in scriptures, it is said in the Iron Age, God will be revealed in the form of Kalankidhar avatar. Okay. The temple of Kalanki is also in Uttar Pradesh. Everyone even believes that Kalankidhar will be born in Uttar Pradesh. Very important. Okay. So in that sense also it makes sense that, oh, that is the chariot of God. Okay. So these are some versions of God. You can go through it if you would like. Okay. See in here it says someone like this will certainly emerge from Uttar Pradesh who becomes an instrument to serve many people. Okay. The guru of the world is also at that very place. So lot of indications are given to us. UP has to show the place of religious war. Even in the UP, which district, okay, that chariot is born in Farrukhabad, okay. So UP has also a spiritual meaning. UP means you drink the knowledge first, okay. So the place where God comes also has a special meaning. The names are based on some right special task characteristics. So look at here. Okay, he's the one who takes God's knowledge first, right? So that's why the name is also special. UP, Uttar Pradesh. Okay. So God is here not to cause any physical violence. So Mahabharata it's not about any physical violence. It's destroying ignorance through knowledge. Okay, which is happening right now. Right. So all these are the versions of God, which is telling God, the Father is called the Master towards Farrukhabad. They believe in the Master. So before God left the body of Brahma, he already has indicated where he is going to go next. Okay, he's going to retake the support of the first Brahma. Okay, and then continue his task. And from there only everybody will get the sustenance. It says, so surely we must get the inheritance, isn't it? Right? So from him, he is the master. Okay. So the clear indication here, okay, Farrukhabad, in the Farrukhabad and the village where this chariot have been raised, okay, God has indicated in his versions through Brahma that a village boy certainly will be poor. Okay, so he had already given the indication of his future chariot before he left the body of Brahma. So that way we can recognize God. Okay, that way the children who were taking the sustenance of Brahma have that opportunity to recognize God, but majority of them did not recognize. Only few of them recognized, who were Mukhvanshavali Brahmins, mouth-born Brahmins. So the village, okay, where the God's chariot was raised was Kampil. Okay, so he's a resident of Kampil in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, which is considered to be the highest pilgrimage place. Okay, the nephew of all pilgrimage places. Okay, the place that brings you to your destination will be on this very earth, but it will be the place where the Father of the entire world is present. Okay, so the Father of humanity, the Father of the entire world, which is the world Father, Shankar. Okay, Tir means banks and Tha means place. Okay, the place that brings you to destination. So that's why it's named Tirith. Okay, so it's very clear. Okay, God comes in an ordinary body. He comes at a place. God says in here, I come to gathering of monkeys. I never come to the gathering of deities bound in celestial degrees at all. Okay, God comes at a place where 36 kinds of food cannot be available. I come to the place, right, where where children don't get even a roti. Okay, so at that time it becomes very degraded. People don't even know that Kampil is the highest pilgrimage place. Okay, it was a dirty village. They don't even get the roti twice a day. Okay, over there first it was that's why the name Gand, okay, is suffixed to the very suffixed to the very names of the station on the railway line from Farrukhabad to Kampil. Okay. Um, now, okay, seen here, God says that the most elevated father comes to a dirty village. Okay. Baba keeps eye on the poor first. He is the kind of the poor. Okay. So that's why the Lokik birthplace, okay, of the corporeal chariot is the Ahamganj in the Kayamganj Taluka, the places where they had the word Gand added to their very name. Okay. So that's why, but he was raised in Kampila. Okay, so that's why God has mentioned Kampil here. He comes in the very village of one who has taken the complete 84 births. Okay, the last birth is that of a dark village boy. Okay, so God is indicating about the chariot here. So we can locate him. Okay, we can believe that God has come in him. So these are the qualities, okay, of the corporeal form. How his appearance is, the form. Okay, he looks very ordinary. God says these are the versions of God. The same ordinary form, the dress. He doesn't have any pride. Okay. He says, what I am, how I am, even the one staying with me cannot understand. Okay, that's why if I would be just showing it to you, you will say, oh, this is just a human being. How do we believe? Okay, that's why we request you to go through part 2 so you can believe. Okay, even in Bhagavad Gita, it has said God comes in an ordinary body. So, place of this chariot throughout the Bhagavad Gita, okay, you will see in the Bhagavad Gita section, and you will be amazed, actually. Okay, so what is his name? People would ask, right? Now you figure it out. Okay, I will give you a hint. Okay, so he was born in the Dikshit Brahmin clan in Ahamganj village. Okay, which is in the Farrukhabad, okay, Uttar Pradesh. Okay, he starts living in after some time, he starts residing in Kampil, the house of his father's maternal grandfather. He starts living in Kampilia village, which is the Yadgar memorial of sage Kapil, who is the proclaimer Sankhya Yoga, which is called Kampil at present. Okay, it is said of village, so there's a praise of this village. Okay, it means the Dikshit Brahmins who used to perform Som Yagya resided in Kampilya. Okay, so you know his name will have Dikshit in it. Okay, he was most elevated Brahmins. They were, like we say, Everest Choti, the highest Brahmin. Okay, Choti Brahmins. They were highly skilled in the knowledge of organizing yagyas. Okay, so this is the place, okay, of the place where God's chariot is raised. A perfect town named Kampila is free from all the sins. Not just the genes, but there is the wonderful description of glory of Kampila in the Buddhist literature as well. Okay, glory of Kampila has also been called Kalikshetra. Mahesh Shankar was born in Kalikshetra after completing his tapasya. He started residing in Kashi. Okay, this is mentioned in the book named Kampilya Mahatma, Glory of Kampil. Okay, the village Kampilya is considered as a pilgrimage place of knowledge. Okay, Gyan Tirth and a sacred land. The Pandavas lived incognito in Kampil for a long time. As a Yadgar, there is also the temple or ashram of sage Kapil here. Okay, so you can see there is documentary also that I will add, okay, after this, along this videos here. in this playlist. Okay, the word Kampila is formed by combining first syllable of Kam, the other names of which is the other names of Brahma, the first syllable of P of Pinaki, okay, which is referring to Shankar, and the first syllable of La, okay, which is Lakshmipati Vishnu. Okay, so the very religion has been considered the place of three personalities, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar. Okay, but in the beginning of the world, because of being very ancient, it is erased from the mind of human beings today. In addition, they have also forgotten the giver of knowledge, the true knowledge of the Gita given by him. Okay, so house, okay, wherever the chariot, right, had lived, that becomes a house as well as the university. Okay, a university of God the Father. It is because the Sadgati, okay, of every human being, okay, of the entire world, okay, liberation and liberation life is brought about here. Okay, this is the real world university. This is a house. Okay, you are sitting face to face with the mother and the father. Apart from the spiritual father, no one else can give the spiritual knowledge. Okay, so this is the place where God is here. Okay, works in a secret form, and God is narrating. Okay, the depth of the knowledge. So whatever God narrated from 51 to 69, He's explaining everything in detail. Okay, so this is the Vani, the knowledge we are saying it has the depth of what the karma philosophy, what is right, what is wrong. Okay, God is the one who plays a role of father, teacher, and Sadguru through him. Okay, as you can see in this slide. Okay, as a father, currently God is God sows the seed of knowledge. Okay, He gives the inheritance of heaven. Okay, that's what God is doing. The depth of knowledge right now, He is transforming us. Okay, He's transforming our sanskars, stabilizing our intellect, which is controlling the mind very easily. Okay, without powerful intellect, we know we cannot control the mind. Okay, so as a teacher, he is telling deep secrets of Rajyo. He's giving clarification of the Murlis, basically what he had narrated. Okay, from 47 to 69, he is clarifying it. Okay, especially 51 to 69. Okay, which is also have become a memorial. The 18. Okay, the 18 number from 51 to 69 has become a memorial of 18 chapters of Gita. So think about it. Whatever every God's task, okay, becomes memorial in the path of bhakti. Now God is relating it. Okay. So God said he gives the advanced course on the original 5 pictures. Okay, he tells us how to remember him accurately. Okay, to imbibe divine virtues. He tells us the essence of Vedas and scriptures. He teaches us the highest level of purity. Okay, deep philosophy of karma. Okay, as a Sadguru. Okay, he's a supreme panda. Okay, he is a chief justice, Jagat Guru. He takes us back with him. He gives liberation from sorrow. He gives liberation in life, which is giving us that power. Okay, to experience that super senses joy being in the body and experience that for the next 2500 years. Okay, so God says, Father, as well as the knowledge is hidden, and your Purusharth, spiritual effort, is secret as well. Okay, you are sitting here, you would certainly remember, won't you, that you have come to be rejuvenated, meaning to change this body and take the body of a deity. Okay, nobody knows me, who am I, how I am. They will know me when I come and give my identification. Okay, so that's why currently God is doing that. God says, hardly anyone knows me. Okay, even among you children, hardly anyone knows me accurately, who I am, how I am. True Baba, true teacher, and true Guru, all the three are together. Okay, very, very, very important to know that. Okay, so God comes and narrates the knowledge right now. He's giving the in-depth knowledge of what he has narrated. So just like teacher, right? Write the textbook, then he would explain it orally. Okay, so he just gave basic knowledge. He didn't really explain what he said much, but whatever he had narrated, now he's explaining. Okay, that's why we say Murli clarification. and God is narrating it in Hindi. God has already mentioned that before he left the body of Brahma Baba, okay, that I narrate Murli in Hindi. The soul whose body I have entered knows only Hindi. Okay, I use the language of the very chariot I enter. Okay, so it means the mother tongue of the permanent chariot will be Hindi. Okay, so now let's figure out the name. Okay, so you have to figure it out. So we said Dikshit should be in his name because he is from elevated Brahmin, right? The Dikshit clan of Brahmins. Okay, so just like Brahma Baba's name was, okay, predestined according to a Lokik deed as Lekraj, which is the king of ones who write an account, okay, of fortune, exactly in the same way, okay, the Lokik name of the first Brahma, Ram's soul, Shankar should be predestined according to his alokik deed of great courage in fighting with elusive Mayavi Ravan and his community. Okay, he is referred to as Mahavir, is himself called Mahanvir, very courageous person, his quality of being courage. Okay, that's why we should be in his name. Okay, the king of brave men, Indradev. Okay, so he's the king of all the deities. So Indra should be his name. Okay, Indrapras Nagari, remember, it was a memorial of in the path of Bhakti, which is the capital of Pandavas. Okay, Indra Sabha also has been named, right? A famous even today. So you can see how the memorial is connected to everything that's happening here practically. Okay, so very, very important. So now you figure out his name. Okay, what would be his name? And one of the things will be added in his name was he was from Badak caste, upper subcaste among the Brahmins. Okay, so a person expert in creating the sacrificial fire of knowledge for the protection of true Brahmins. Okay, is called Dikshit Brahmin, an expert as term. Okay, he's also referred in the scriptures as Prajapati. Okay, so Pati itself means protector. Look, his all the qualities came in his name. Okay, so Daksh should be also, Dikshit should be in his name as well. Okay, so what would be his name? Okay, you can figure it out. Okay, so this is the Alokik name, okay, unlimited name that he's known in the scriptures, Eklavya, Mahavir. So he's used as a character, okay, referred to as a character, but people didn't know. People think everybody, and they showed him in the different bodies. But it is basic, it's a referring to his characteristics, okay, the task performed by him. And he's the one who is known by different names, okay. In the path of bhakti, even it says Eko, he was known Eko Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. Okay, it's said in the Rigved. Once the one alone is true, who is called with different names by the knowledgeable ones. Okay, even Bhagavad Gita, you can see how he is praised. Okay, based on his characteristics. So he is the true God of the Gita. Okay, incorporeal Shiv through the body of Shankar is the God of the Gita. Okay, it's very, very important. And one of the characteristics of God is Krishna. Okay, again, that is not a point here, but in here we are talking about the speciality of the corporeal chariot. Okay, sorry, didn't mean to divert it. But here, okay, Vishwanath Shankar is his name, Arjun. So based on his characteristic, okay, his qualifications, these names are given with only one body with different names. Okay, we say God is one, right? Known by different names. So also with one body, he's known by different names because God performs all those tasks through that body. Okay, there are different qualities of him. Okay, he's self-independence. He has the highest self-respect. He's fearless. He's faithful. By God chosen. Okay, he is truthful. He has cleanness of the heart. He is detached from all. He has the nature of carefree. Carefree, defamed fakir. It says, okay, the nature of wandering ascetic, intense yogi. He's truthful. God doesn't just see him based on the accounts of this birth, but he has always played the truthful part throughout the cycle. Okay, he takes the complete 84 births He has the power to tolerate, face, assimilate. All the qualities that God is looking for is in him. The most important qualities is benevolent, truthful and benevolent. Okay, he doesn't have the selfish desires. He surrenders himself and he has that ability to consider all the world his children. Okay, and bring benefit, have that benevolence feeling for everyone. Okay, he attains the position equal to God. Okay, becomes sample for everyone. Okay, so it's very, very important. So these are the characteristics, and he's extremely knowledgeable. God loves knowledgeable children. That's what it has also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Okay, that's why it is shown the river of Ganges are flowing, okay, from Shankar's headlock. So it is referring to of this time, and he is given the name of Gangadhar. Okay, very, very important to know that it is memorial of this time. Okay, that God, the pure knowledge is coming from him, that body. That is also an indication. Okay, for all of us to believe that God is in him. Okay, and these are the points about him being knowledgeable. Okay, so in path of bhakti, based on his qualities, he's given a lot of different names. Shanti Deva, through him, God brings the peace, okay, to the whole world. Okay, so all the characteristics based on that, he's given the name. So just remember, one body, all the names in the path of bhakti. He's only one who is praised as God in the path of bhakti. Okay, because he achieves that position equal to God, achieves that aim. No one else. Okay, so one body is placed as a God by different forms in the path of bhakti. All right, so one of the things that I will cover real quick, okay, and then we will finish it. Okay, all right, so here it comes. We are very close to show you his face. Okay, one more thing we want to clear. So when you see, you can clear that image that you have of Shankar. Okay, we are going to first identify, okay, we are going to, go through Mahadev's appearance shown in the path of bhakti, okay, which is not his true physical appearance. Okay, we know he is an ordinary human body who performs the elevated noble deeds. Okay, we have supported Bhagavad Gita references as well. Okay, I will keep this slides in the description box. Okay, so